Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about skin and skincare and how to get flawless looking skin. I know that this isn't what's going to work for everyone, but this is just what works for me personally. And then also just some steps that I take when I'm working with brides and really trying to get their skin looking its very best for their wedding day. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is this Alba Botanica Good and Clean Fruit Acid Daily Detox Foaming Cleanser. It's for sensitive skin and it's oil free. I have actually had a lot of luck with it. It's like a white foaming cleanser and we get along really well. I'm almost out of it and I'll probably pick up another one just because I really like it. It seems to be doing a good job taking off all my makeup as well. For moisturizer, lately I've been using the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Boosting Moisturizer. This is good for dull, tired, or grumpy skin. So this is the packaging for you guys so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I really like it because it's almost like a gel base. There's not much left because I've been using it up. I usually will just take about that much on my finger. That's one thing that I don't really care for about it, is that you have to dip your fingers in it. Don't worry, my hands are clean. But then I just rub it into the skin and it just kind of melts into my skin. It has a really delicious like orange scent and it's kind of citrusy, so it definitely like wakes up my skin for the day. So once my skin is moisturized, I typically let it kind of settle for a little bit and I just like run around the house, get my stuff together, get ready for work, all that good stuff, and then I'll dive right into makeup. The next thing I want to talk about is primers and what I use to prime my face on usually a daily basis, just to really make sure that my foundation is going to last a long time but also create nice texture on my skin so that whatever I put on top is going to look really seamless and flawless. The first thing I like using is my Smashbox primer water. This stuff is amazing. It's super hydrating, it smells great, and I just do a few mists, and again, just kind of letting that sink into the skin and letting it do its job before I apply anything else. The next thing I'm going to do is apply a cream primer. So it just depends on the day and what I'm in the mood for, but I've really been loving this Cool Pink Makeup Forever primer. So it just is super brightening and makes the skin look really beautiful and glowy. So this is the Cool Pink shade. So I just take a little bit on my finger like that. So I kind of pat it first just to make sure I get it distributed where I want it, and then just do kind of a pressing motion. As for skin texture, I feel that's one of the most important things you can do. If you're having issues with a lot of texture on your face, I just recommend going back to the basics, using a gentle foaming cleanser. Don't use anything rough or abrasive for a while and just give your skin time to calm down, because what can happen is any little beads or anything like that can really irritate the skin, make anything surface. And so I always recommend just go back to the basics. Like Simple from Target is a wonderful line, super gentle. Laneige is a wonderful line from Target as well, or even just like the Alba cleanser that I use on a daily basis. So don't use anything abrasive if you're having a hard time with texture. However, I would use something with a little bit of a gritty texture just to help remove any dead skin once those areas have cleared up or cleaned up, or if you're like recovering from a sunburn and it's been about a week and you still have some dry flakiness, go ahead and use something that's going to exfoliate all of that dead skin off. As for me, I feel like the texture of my skin's pretty good, but I am going to go ahead and fill in some pores with the Skin Equalizer, and this is the smoothing primer from Makeup Forever. They're seriously weed whacking and it is pouring rain outside. Really? I hope you guys can't hear that, but if you can, I'm sorry. So anyways, again, just a nice little dollop of that. My main concern areas are right in here, but I have been using a product that's really been helping my pore size, so I will be sure to let you guys know what that is. So again, I just like to pat it in these areas that are kind of my concern areas for larger pores, which is mainly in my T-zone. This is a wonderful smoothing primer. It doesn't like ball up or anything like that. It just lays really nicely. So today for foundation, I was going back and forth between the two different ones I wanted to use. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use my Born This Way by Too Faced. It is a wonderful foundation. It has coconut water, hyaluronic acid, all sorts of good stuff in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Plus I think it's probably gonna match my skin the best right now. So I like to just take a pump on the back of my hand And I usually like to use either a damp beauty blender or a brush. This is the Morphe E6. It's from their Elite collection. Just a small flat top kabuki. And I just start distributing that on the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and do just like a little teeny bit more just so I can get my forehead area. I do have a burn right here from my curling iron from a few days ago. So that's just starting to heal, but I'm just gonna take a little teeny bit more just to make sure I get my forehead completely covered. Make sure you're pushing the foundation into your hairline as well. We want to make sure everything's blending really nicely. So I always go into my hairline right around my ears, down underneath my chin, and then down my neck. Okay, so the next step in achieving my flawless skin is covering up any blemishes but also highlighting my face and just really bringing out any features that I want to kind of stand out, but also making sure that I don't look too tired. For this step, I'm going to use the Instant Age Rewind Eraser of Dark Circles. So this is a treatment concealer from Maybelline. It's just from the drugstore, and I love this shade Neutralizer. So it just has this little like guy that you twist up, and I just take it right under here, and then I pull it down just a little bit, and then I like to go across to the top of my cheekbone just to kind of like highlight a little. We want to make sure we're getting any dark areas. And then I also like to go down the bridge of my nose. I'll go in between my eyebrows, just above the cupid's bow to kind of highlight. And then I tend to get red like around the nostrils, so I like to get that area. And then a little bit on the chin. So once that's all ready, I'll take the E8 from Morphe, and this is from their Elite collection as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just blend everything out. This concealer is fantastic. It blends out so nicely. It's become one of my go-tos. I used to use the NARS Creamy Concealer, but I have found that it doesn't blend out as easily as this does, and on a daily basis, like, I need something quick and on the go. So this has been great. So the next step is going to be making sure that nothing moves throughout the day and being sure we're setting that concealer in place so we don't have any creasing. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm going to go ahead and take that on the E3 from Morphe and just set my under eyes and a little bit in those other areas where we place the concealer. So I'm also going to get on my forehead here in between my brows. I seem to make this face a lot. I have big old wrinkles there someday. I don't know what I'm so worried about, but I need to stop it. So once I've set those areas that I highlighted, I'm going to go ahead and set my entire face with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. So this is a great powder. It has a little bit of a tint to it, so it's not like totally white all over your face. So I'm going to use the E2 for this step. So I just dip my brush in, tap off the excess, and go ahead and set. So now that I've set down my base, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you about some more products that I like to use, especially in the evening, what I like to do for masks, and kind of what some of my favorite routines are. So give me 1 second, I'm going to wrap up my makeup. Okay, so now that my makeup is done, I will go ahead and link everything that I am wearing down below. But this is like pretty much a day-to-day look for me. It all goes back to your skin and how your skin's looking, and if you have a great foundation, not necessarily a literal foundation, but a foundation that you're starting your canvas on. So if your skin's really healthy, definitely keep doing what you're doing and maintain that. If you just want to know a few of the things that I like to use, then go ahead and just keep watching. For my daytime routine, I pretty much explained to you. In the morning, I always wash my face with this guy. It's the Alba Good and Clean Facial Cleanser. You just want to wash off anything that could cling to your face throughout the night, any excess oils, anything like that, and just start with a nice clean face in the morning. And then I'll go in with my vitamin C glow boosting moisturizer. It smells really good, so it kind of like wakes me up in the morning with like that citrusy scent. So that's typically what I'll do. Some mornings, however, I will take out my Mia 2. So right now I have the what is it, the brightening head on it. So it's nice and gentle. Felt like the ones that it came with were just a little too abrasive. So this one's nice and gentle, just depending on how much time I have in the morning. I'll go ahead and use this guy, and then this is the Sonic Radiant Skin Illuminating Cleanser for the AM. So this is actually a kit that I got from Sephora. It was one of the rewards, and it came with these guys, it came with the head, and it also came with like a little brightening treatment that I don't really use, but sometimes I'll pop it on. But I don't like to do a whole lot for my night regimen. I just usually like to put on my pajamas and crawl into bed, but skincare is so important. And usually I'll run it through twice, so it'll do its thing and then it'll turn off and then I'll push it again and run it through twice. I just noticed that leaves my skin super duper happy and glowy and fresh and clean, and I'm ready to go for the day. And at night, they also have a PM one, which is a skin renewing peel wash. I will purchase the full size in these because I really am loving them. I'm so careful with how much I use because I love it. But same type of thing at nighttime, just depending on what kind of time I have. Another thing I like to do at nighttime before I go to bed is use a mask. So right now my favorite mask is the Glamglow Flashmud mask. And this is a skin brightening mask. It has been amazing for my skin. It helps get rid of any dead skin. It smells really good. This is kind of what it looks like. It has like a little texture to it. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, it smells like Smuckers, like I said in my haul video. I absolutely love the smell of it. I love the texture of it. I love when I rinse my face off. It feels so smooth and clean and it doesn't feel like tight or dehydrated. And then just depending on my mood, I'll follow it up with my Thirstymud mask. This guy is super duper hydrating. It's pretty heavy and pretty thick. This is what this guy looks like. It just looks like a really thick gel moisturizer, but it smells really nice and fresh. I like to use it after I use this guy or just on nights where I feel like my skin is dry. And so what I'll do is just use a foundation brush similar to this one, but I have one in the bathroom just for my mask, and I'll just apply it all over my face. And I'll actually sleep on it and then rinse it off in the morning, and my skin's completely rejuvenated and moisturized. So this is a really good guy. And then I also wanted to mention the Supermud clearing treatment. I really love this guy just for spot treatment. So I used quite a bit of it, but I look really funny at night when I have on, like, say my Flashmud mask, and then I'll spot treat with that guy. But I've noticed it really does help kind of dry out and clear up any blemishes that start to surface. So those are it for like masks. Another thing that I'm loving right before I put on my nighttime moisturizer, and I'm just doing this at nighttime to just kind of save money, but is the Murad clarifying wipes for blemish prone skin. So it says it reduces shine, balances, and tightens pores, and I will tell you, this has made such a difference in the pores around my T-zone. I feel like they have shrunk so much around my nose and cheek area. It's just really exciting to me because I feel like the more like hydrated and healthy my skin is, it's almost like the more emphasized my pores are. So something like this, it has like witch hazel in it, which controls oil and tightens the pores, algae extract, and it also has grapeseed extract. And then vitamin E is amazing for your skin. Do some research on vitamin E. It helps with dark spots, it helps with wrinkles. It's phenomenal stuff. I had a vitamin E cream that I was like really dead set on using on my face, and every time I put it on, my face would turn bright red. And I'm not talking like, you know, oh, I'm so hot red. It would turn like fire engine red. And Brian's like, what did you do to your skin? So I gave that up, and so I get my little dose of vitamin E, I guess, from these guys, but they smell fantastic. It's like someone's blowing a breath mint on your skin. It just makes your skin feel so clean and so fresh. And blemish prone skin, I would be afraid of it drying out my skin, but it really doesn't. They're amazing. They're a little bit pricey. It's 18 bucks for this guy, but you get 30 wipes. It'll last me a month, so that's why I said I do it every night before bedtime. For serums or oils that I use on my skin at nighttime, lately I've been loving, they're mowing the lawn in the rain. Hey babe, Brian, do you wanna go to Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros?
Dutch Bros? Babe.
Yeah.
Dutch Bros?
What about it?
Will you go?
Huh?
Will you go?
You want me to go?
Please?
Why?
Because I have a bride coming in just a few and I'm almost done filming. Okay. You don't want to go?
Well, I don't really want it that much.
Thought you loved me. Okay, as for nighttime serums, moisturizers, all that good stuff, I am loving the Tarte Maracuja Oil. This is just like perfect. And it says it's for nighttime. Apply 2 to 3 drops in your hands, rub them together, and pat on clean, dry skin, face, and neck. So I'm using it like everywhere. But it has made a serious... now the lawnmower's back. I can't win right now. So, and I just started adding this Stri Vectin Labs High Performance Booster Oil. So just like, this is a lot thicker and a lot heavier as an oil, so just barely any. You can see how thick it is. So I just add a little bit of that to this, and that's what I would do for nighttime. Back to foundation real quick. If you guys don't want to spend the money on like the Born This Way foundation, I have a good alternative for you, and it's the True Match Lumi foundation from L'Oreal. This is a great drugstore foundation. It just gives your skin this beautiful glow. It's buildable. It's like a medium coverage. So yeah, this is a wonderful, wonderful foundation for your skin. So yeah, that wraps up this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I was thinking about doing a video like this for a while, and I just think that if you have something good that other people want, like, it doesn't hurt anybody to share it. And so I just want you guys to know what I'm doing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to do it. I really hope these things work for you. If you guys have any further questions, leave them down below, and I will have a tutorial with a makeup look up pretty soon. I'm really excited to do my first fall look. I have some exciting looks in the making, and now I actually have time to film them. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I missed my face. Burnt the out of my forehead. It is angry at me. So once I've set those areas that and it has algae accent, since the microwave. I was gonna call it a microwave since the lawnmower's over there.